Hi, here's my PHR army. I have my level 4 commander in Zeus, with other Zeus in their Neptune drop pod. The first battle for pantheon is Helios with 2 Phobos, both in transport. The second standard pantheon is 2 Phobos walking on and 2 Ares in their transport. I have a heavy pantheon with 2 Odins and a Neptune in transport. I have 2 squads of Immortals in their Neptunes, no weapons. I have Valkyries in their Neptunes with missiles, no miniguns.
Okay, we've got my command squad with the Kodiak and his Condor and Ferrum. Moving on, we've got the Katana squad with the support of Rapiers. Then we have the Sabres in a Condor which has got missile pods. Then we have a mortar squadron here with a bear with another Ferrum, and 2 squads of infantry with Raven A's. And then finally we've got a squadron of Wolverine A's with 2 squads of Turians and Raven A's as well. No missile pods on those.
We're going to be behind bunker assault. The bunkers are going to be represented by large buildings with the yellow dots on top, being as we have no other buildings to represent bunkers. PHR have opted for this corner, and 2 Phobos are on the walkway but kept falling over, so topless. UCM have deployed both their Ferrums as Warcom, their Wolverine A's, the Bear with the mortars in, the Katanas, and their Vampious. PHR's first activation is the Phobos battle group that's already starting the board. They walked up and not shot. And the Ares have moved up onto the board via their Neptune. PHR have activated the Katanas, moved them forward, and their Katana group has moved up as well. Pegasus group with the Valkyries have activated, and just out of range we're using the secret entrance to get into the central bunker. The Bear has deployed its mortar team into the bunker, and this Ferrum has deployed its drones into the centre of the board. I've moved up my commander with his bodyguard and dropped off on that Neptune there. UCM have activated their command, dropping off the Kodiak from the Condor, and have deployed their drones from their command carrier to the other side of the centre board. So one group there, another group there. PHR have activated their second battle group and put their Helios anti-air there. Their Phobos are staying in the transport over here. UCM Sabres have moved up in their Condor, staying on the deck, and they've stayed in the transport, moving fast. PHR Mortals have moved up and jumped into the bunker on their side of the board. UCM have moved up their infantry in the transports and staying in there. PHR's Heavy Pantheon has moved up there and staying in their transport. Praetorians have moved up and still in the transport. The Wolverines have moved up the board. PHR have managed to go first and second turn, moving the Valkyries into the building, and their transports have moved up. UCM have moved up the Ferrum. Their commanders took a shot at my commander. I'll show you the results of that. The drones have moved up and managed to destroy one of the transports from the Valkyries, and the commander's shot has destroyed the commander's bodyguard. PHR battle pantheon. The Helios have moved up there, and their Phobos over here have moved over and deployed. The Pegasus group has activated moving the mortars to the wall, concussion rounding the Immortals on their bunker, and the drones from here have moved max speed over to that side. The PHR commander has jumped in the transport and has moved over there and on the deck. UCM have moved up the Katanas and have moved up the Vampious that haven't shot. The Odins have moved up in the transport and have got out there. The infantry have moved forwards and have got into the building. The Phobos have used their movement to move there. Ares have walked up and their Ares transport has moved over there and hasn't shot. This Condor with the Sabres has moved around and has deployed them there. The PHR Immortals have just stayed there and done nothing. The Praetorians have got the transports into the building with the Valkyries, and the Wolverines have moved around, shot at the Neptune, hitting it but not damaging. The Pharaon here has moved back. The mortars have shot and concussed my Immortals again, and their drones have moved up, failing to do any damage to my Phobos. I've activated my standard pantheon. The Neptune from the Helios has moved up and has gone to the deck to shoot underneath and missed the Sabre there. The Helios has moved up and has killed 2 drones. The Ares with them has shot and managed to kill a Wolverine, and the Neptune from the Ares has killed a Sabre. The Pharaons moved up slightly, the Condors moved up slightly. The Pharaon has also launched 2 replacement drones that have gone there. The Commander's Kodiak shot has killed an Odin, and the 6 remaining drones have moved around and shot the Neptune carrying the Zeus commander and causing it 1 damage point. Now with this battle group I messed up with my previous activation, so I've put the Phoboses in 1 activation that should have activated separately before, and the Neptune moved up and didn't do anything else. The Katanas have activated moving up, and the Rapiers have moved up that way as well. The Odin is activated and has managed to put 4 damage points onto the Pharaon. His transport's went to the deck over there. The Sabres have moved forward, shot at the Odin, unfortunately missing, and the transport's milled around. Immortals have stayed in the building. The infantry have gone to the wall, firing at the Odin and at the transport there, unfortunately completely missing. The PHR commander has moved forward and got out of his transport. The Praetorians have activated but locked into QB, their transports have mulled around, and the Wolverines have moved up, firing at the Neptune but doing no damage. The Valkyries finally activated, dying horribly in CQB, causing 9 points of damage, 5 to 1 by squad and 4 to the other squad, and their transports moved up and missed shooting the Sabre. The drone bases moved back behind the building, out of line of sight of the Odin. The mortars have concussed these guys back off the wall. The drones have killed a Phobos over here. That's that group. The Helios battle group is activated. The Helios is moved and has shot down the drone swarm here. The Phobos here has walked away, and then Neptunes over here have managed to shoot and destroy another Sabre. The Katanas have opened fire, hitting quite a bit but failing to do any damage to my Odin, and then the Rapiers have moved up and around the building with the first one, managing to fail to do any damage to the Neptune. The Odin has moved up and has killed a Katana, and the transporter has moved over and destroyed the last Sabre. The drone base has moved up, launching some drones. The drones that were already down have shot at the transport, doing no damage, and the commander's cannon blast has shot at the Odin, causing 1 point of damage. The Ares have moved up and their transports moved back, and the Phobos have done nothing. The Wolverines have activated and shot at the Neptune, causing no damage, and their Praetorians have stayed in the building. Their transports have just stayed milling around. The Zeus has moved over and has missed the Rapier, and the transporters moved to there. The infantry have activated, the transporter stays still, they've shot missiles into the Odin, hitting twice but no damage, and have done 1 damage with small arms fire to the Neptune. The Valkyrie's transporter is activated, moving over, managed to hit but no damage on the Ferrum. The Condor has moved around, receiving AA fire from the Phobos, and has gone to deck over the Ares and Zeus. The battle group with the Phobos and Helios have activated. This Phobos has stayed there and shot the drones missing. The Helioses have moved up and have managed to kill all but 1 drone here, with 6 shots onto each group of 2 and then 4. And their last transporter over here has shot at the Katanas and has done no damage. The Ferrum has moved up and has launched 4 drones to over here. The commander's Godgun has shot at damaging the 2 Ares, and the last drone that was alive has shot the back of the Neptune Triton. The Triton has shot at the Ferrum but causing no damage. The Ferrum at the back has moved further backwards, and its drones has shot at the Phobos here, causing no damage. The Ferrum has moved backwards. The drones have shot at the Phobos, causing no damage, and the mortars have concussed the Immortals again. The Zeus is activated, shooting at the Rapier, killing it, and the transporters moved over and put a shot at the Ferrum but causing no damage. The Katanas has shot at the Odin, but it's managed to pass most of its saves, and then the last hit failed to hurt. And the Vampious have moved back and have shot down the Neptune and the Triton here. The Neptune has moved over to the other side of the barricade, shooting a Wolverine, and the Odin has shot another Wolverine. There is 1 left. The infantry have activated, firing missiles into the Odin and small arms at the transport that had damage, damaging the transport, no damage on the Odin, and their transports have gone to the deck over the top of the Odin. The Phobos have shot at the Condor, destroying it crash landed, but not causing any damage to the commander. The Ares and Neptune have shot at the infantry in the building, causing a total of 2 damage between all 3 of them. The Wolverine has activated and shot at the damaged Neptune, but failing to hit it. The Immortals have stayed in the building, and their transporters have stayed there. I have activated the Phobos and Helios battle group. The Phobos here has killed a drone. The Helios has moved up from there to there and has shot at the drone and the transport there, killing them both. The transport from the Phobos has moved over and has shot at the Ferrum hiding behind builds and has missed. And the Neptune there has shot at the Katanas and missed. The drones have shot at the Phobos, killing it, and the mortars have shot at the Immortals with concussion rounds. The Odin has activated, killing the Katana, and the Neptune has failed to hit a Wolverine. The Rapiers have shot at the Neptune, causing 2 damage points, and the Katana has shot at the Odin and has moved over there, but it didn't cause any damage to the Odin. I've activated the Phobos, who have shot at the mortars on the wall, causing 2 damage points. The Ares and Neptune here have shot at the guys at the wall, managing to kill a base and put a couple of damage points on the last unit. The Wolverine group has activated, shooting at the damaged Neptune, using assisted targeting, but causing no damage. And the Praetorians over here have sat there doing nothing. This has activated, shooting at the infantry at the wall and causing a few damage points. The infantry have activated, firing missiles onto the Odin, failing to cause any damage, and the small arms fire onto the Neptune has failed to do any damage. The Immortals have stayed in the building and the transports have stayed nearby. The UCM Ferrum's moved closer to the objective. The commander has been picked up by its Condor and has jumped over closer to the central objective. the drones that were here have moved over and had finished off the Odin.